What in the world, family? What's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy Big Low Kuntry. Y'all already know what time it is, Bo. So, man, what's good with you, man? What's good with you, Terror Artist 404? Joseph Thornton. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, bro? So, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. I was staring at the lawnmower thinking that, okay, we finna get ready to get locked and loaded and thinking about having to cut grass all summer long. Trying to decide whether or not I should pay somebody to do it. And man, I everybody and their mamas hitting me up on Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere else telling me, hey, Big Low, Keanu Neal just signed with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sitting here like, wait, what in the world? Keanu Neal signed a 1-year deal for $5 million with the Dallas Cowboys. So for everybody out there that don't know, of course, you know, I'm a huge Falcons fan. And if any Dallas Cowboy fans come in here in the future and kind of check us out, you know, we're definitely going to give y'all the rundown on what y'all should expect with Dan Quinn and with a safety like Keanu Neal. As you can see in here, my brother, Terror Artist 404, in Atlanta, we call him Dan the Dummy and all kinds of other things. But it might be one of those situations where Dan Quinn might actually be a beast. He might actually be a great defensive coordinator. He's just not a head coach. He shouldn't have been a head coach. I think we learned that the hard way, and we may have kept him 2-3 years too long. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all already know what time it is. My name is Big Low Kuntry. For everyone who's just checking me out for the first time, I'm just an old country boy that like to sit around and talk about sports and football and everything else. And, you know, everything that we talk about is supported by the facts. Make sure that you do a country boy a favor and hit that like button. If this is your first time checking me out, make sure that you hit that button down there at the bottom right-hand corner that says subscribe. So next time that I go live, you can be a part of the show. Everybody who subscribes is a part of the coaching staff. So for everybody out there that don't know, Dan Quinn, you know, apparently he's a defensive coach in Atlanta. We say apparently. Apparently he's a defensive coach. And he's one of those situations where he came up through Florida, University of Florida, coached in Seattle as a defensive coordinator, coached the Legion of Boom in Seattle. Then he came to the Atlanta Falcons. And, you know, 2016 took us to the Super Bowl and eventually unceremoniously left, got fired. We no longer needed his services. He is no longer desired. He is fired here in Atlanta. Now, the connection is that the Dallas Cowboys, since they took him as their defensive coordinator this offseason, now it's one of those situations where they have to deal with they got to deal with Dan Quinn and they got to deal with Keanu Neal playing that backside of that defense. And, you know, it's one of those situations, man, because, and I actually talked about this last week on one of our lives, Dan Quinn is who he says he is. He's not, not who he says he is. He's who he shows he is. Before he came to the Atlanta Falcons, the same game, Russell Wilson threw the ball at the goal line and Malcolm Butler intercepted it. They gave up a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. We all know what happened with the Falcons in 28-3. Dan Quinn's one of those guys. He plays soft defenses most of the time, soft cover 3 defenses, shell defenses. He loves to play the sticks. And, you know, it's one of those situations where, what's going on, Dalen? I see you in here, Bo. You know, this is one of those situations where in Atlanta, that defense just wasn't what we thought it was going to be. We've been searching for the defense like, you know, it's like the Iliad and the Odyssey when it comes to defenses in Atlanta. Now, in Atlanta, Dan Quinn, he drafted Keanu Neal because Keanu Neal came from the University of Florida. What's going on, Mr. Lemons? Mr. Lemons says go Cards, and we're going to be talking about these Cardinals in just a few minutes. They're picking up A.J. Green, J.J. Watt, and everybody else. They're going to have one of the scariest offenses, and a very comparable defense this year. But And my homeboy Reggie C2K, Reggie Red says, people mad already. Neal reunited with Quinn. So this is what I kind of want to touch on. And this is one thing that a lot of people, a lot of fans don't realize, that when it comes to NFL and when it comes to, teams and putting teams and coaching staffs together, most of the time people go with people that they know. It doesn't matter if they're better at the job or if they're worse at the job. Keanu Neal, Dan Quinn, they're familiar with each other. Now, whenever Dan Quinn got fired in Atlanta, it was one of those situations where they said, well, a lot of players like Dante Fowler, Keanu Neal, they were speaking up saying that they should keep Dan Quinn. They said, Dan Quinn, he's a good coach. We should keep him. It don't matter we ain't won a game. We 0-5. We should keep Dan Quinn. He's our guy because we're his guy. What's going on, Zay? I see you, man. Good to see you, family. Much love to you, Bo. Much love to you. Now, Coach Rona, she's going ahead. She put her prediction out here. Coach Rona is saying, I think Quinn and Neal will be just as underwhelming for Dallas as they were for the Falcons. Wow. Now, Dallas Cowboy fans, I want y'all to know, and I'm just letting y'all know what y'all are getting. Y'all are getting, first of all, with Keanu Neal, he's a very passionate guy. He's a hard worker. When it comes to hitting people, he's one of the best in the league to do it at that free safety position. That strong safety position. He plays better when one foot's in the box and one foot is out of the box. Whenever he's down in that tackle box, that's when he's playing some good ball. But when it comes out in the free space, whenever he gets past 7 to 8 yards past that line of scrimmage and he has to actually cover somebody, good luck. That's all I got to tell you. Good luck. Good luck with that, Bo. Good luck with that. And as a matter of fact, you know what? In the words of my Uncle John, I think I might be able to show you better than I can tell you. So one thing that we do here at Big Low Kuntry Sports, for all y'all that don't know, I'm a former football coach. And me and my wife, we sit around and we just watch film like movies. We just watch football film. Y'all, I got Ian Miles in here. Ian Miles said, what's going on, family? Eating Mrs. Winter's chicken. And yes, it's better than Popeyes. What in the world? What's going better than Popeyes? Okay. Excuse me. Just better than Popeyes and KFC, except Church's chicken. And there's Honey Biscuits. And I'm selling recipes. We're going to do a cooking show. Ian Miles in this cooking show, but I don't know if we can trust you, Ian, if you think Mrs. Winter is better than Popeyes. Oh, man. So, look, I just wanted to show y'all, and this is for some of those Cowboys fans out there, I just wanted to show y'all just some things that I seen with this whole Keanu Neal whenever he played for the Falcons for a few years. We're just going to show y'all some tape, going to show y'all some coaches film, and just kind of let y'all know what I've seen. And I'm just going to show you some of the good things and the bad things that you're going to get with Keanu Neal. All right. So we see this right here. This is the 1st and 10. And I'm going to go ahead and point Keanu Neal out for you. So Keanu Neal is right here. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can change this a little bit here. All right, so this is Keanu Neal right here. Now, like I said, he plays good whenever he's inside that tackle box, 1 foot inside and 1 foot outside. Now, I want y'all to keep your eye on him. These other linebackers should shift over, but they're not going to shift over. He's going to be telling them to shift over. But watch Keanu Neal shoot this gap right here. He's going to shoot this gap like it ain't nobody's business. And this is whenever he plays his best ball. So let's see here. going to make this big for y'all so show y'all exactly what I'm talking about here. That's when Keanu Neal plays his best ball, everybody. That's when he plays his best ball. Now, it's one of those situations where, like I said, he's good. One thing about Dan Quinn, he likes to get a lot of tweeners, and good luck with that, Cowboys fans, because he's going to get guys who you're going to say, well, wait a minute, this guy's supposed to be a linebacker, but we got him playing defensive end, or this guy's supposed to be playing defensive end, and we got him playing tackle. And, you know, it just be like that sometimes. That's just what Dan Quinn likes to do. He likes to have guys who like to play two positions kind of good, opposed to one guy who can play one position good. I don't know what his whole idea is about that. Hopefully Mike McCarthy could talk him out of that for the sake of Cowboys fans. And I see that we got a conversation going on in the chat. It says it may be better than KFC, but yeah, it's not better than Popeyes. And you definitely right about that, Bo. I don't know what Ian thinking. I don't know what Ian thinking about. I don't know why he's so stuck on Mrs. Winters. I guess he's so used to eating them rattlesnake eggs and everything down there. He's so used to eating all that kind of crazy stuff. He ain't used to eating just good chicken. Now, there was another play that I wanted to show you, and I just wanted to show y'all how Keanu Neal is a liability on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said, whenever it comes to actually playing coverage, you know, that's one of those situations where he's going to hurt you. He's going to hurt you. Now, unless he gets coached up, and, you know, I'm just going to let y'all know, and this is for the Cowboys fans out there, I'm just going to let y'all know that in football, some things you're just going to be good at, and some things you're just going to be bad at. You know, some things you just can't teach. Coach Wallace said, I told you another show that Dallas was going to sign it, and I agree with you, Coach Wallace. I agree with you. You called it. You called it. Now, some things you can teach and some things you can't teach. Sometimes just playing coverage, just playing man coverage, that's something that you just can't teach at the end of the day. You know? It's something that you just can't teach at the end of the day, guys. Coach Rody said, so the chat has decided this Popeyes, Mrs. Winters, KFC, and churches. Oh, my goodness. All right, so y'all keep your eye on Keanu Neal right here, guys. So Keanu Neal, he's going to be playing man coverage against Burton. That's their tight end. Well, that was their tight end that season. And he's going to go in motion, come back across the line, and, you know, he's going to run a corner route. But watch how he puts his foot in the ground. And, you know, he's going to shake Keanu Neal out his draws. I hope that the equipment manager brought some more draws. Let's check this out and see what we got going on. Like I said, he's going to come across the line of scrimmage and go back. Okay, so boom. Now you see that right there now. He got caught flat-footed. You don't ever want to get caught flat-footed. It's good that he squared up to him and everything. But like I said, there's some things that you just cannot teach. And this is one of those situations. Dallas Cowboy fans, this is what you got to look forward to. He faked outside, went back inside on him, and then came back outside. Swim move, stacked him. You see this? This is what you want right here. If you're a wide receiver coach, tight end coach, anytime your defender gets behind your wide receiver and going in any direction, going vertically or horizontally, that's what you want. That's what you want. Our safety, he got caught with his hands in the cookie jar. He's sitting here saying, man, I didn't even know that somebody could get shook out their jaws like that. I didn't even have a chance to react. So y'all see this right here. Safety, he just sitting here looking like, dang, this joker just got shook up. Now, this right here is supposed to be a touchdown. But Foles just missed on the throw. If he wouldn't missed on that throw, I don't know. It would have been a touchdown. I think Ricardo Allen would have got that tackle, but that's something that you're gonna have to put up with if Keanu Neal is going to be your starting strong safety. That's one of those drawbacks that they have. If you're playing against a tight end who's half his weight in any good sense, he's gonna burn Keanu Neal out his jaws 9 out of 10 times. If Keanu Neal is starting out in the box. Now, it's an either or situation because either Keanu Neal's going to be waiting for people to get to him before they burn his jaws off if he's 10 to 12 yards away from the line of scrimmage, or he's going to be 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage and get his jaws burnt off. Oh, man. I got my homeboy ATM in here. He said, "What's up, Coach Low? As much as I love Keanu, it won't matter because Dan Quinn is going to be calling that Sharman coverage defense." Oh, man. Mafia says, dang, that's life and football and Keanu Neal. Yeah, man. So as I said here, playing 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage, outside, inside, and then back outside, burnt them, got them. So look, as far as Atlanta Falcons fans, we actually made a few videos about this, about the reason why Keanu Neal shouldn't be re-signed by the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm actually glad that they're not re-signing Keanu because, at the end of the day, you don't want to keep doing the same thing, not being able to be successful. It's hard to win a game. It's hard to score enough points to beat another team whenever you have guys just running up the middle of the field like that and nobody's 3-4 yards away from them. Like, come on, Bo, what in the world? What in the world, Bo? At the end of the day, you got to be able to play the game. Like, you got to be able to have a solid team around you. So, for everyone who says, man, the Falcons, they're just terrible. I mean, over the years, the Falcons have been consistently terrible on the defensive side of the ball. Over the years, the Falcons have been consistently terrible on the defensive side of the ball. And that's the thing. Marvin says, and I thought that it was that Keanu Neal was supposed to be the next Cam Chancellor. The thing is that he can hit like Cam Chancellor. End of the day, he can't cover worth nothing. It's like putting a paper towel on the bed. He can't cover it. He can't cover it. So just like Coach Roney says, this Dallas Cowboy game this season should be very fun. It should be very interesting. Hopefully, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, for everybody who plays fantasy football, go ahead and pick Hayden Hurst whenever the Falcons play against the Dallas Cowboys this season. I'm just putting it out there to you. Dan Quinn and his defense, coupled with Keanu Neal, it's just not a good combination. To be completely honest with you, if Keanu Neal would have stayed with the Falcons and played with Dean Pease, maybe Dean Pease would have put him in a better situation. But I mean, we all know, everybody out there who's played football, y'all know just like I do, that it's one of those situations, guys, where if you play football and you played defense, anything except the defensive line, that if you're not fast enough, you need to take some steps back from that guy if you think he's faster than you. I mean, it's just common sense. It's just common sense. If you know that team is fast, if you know that guy's faster than you, that you need to take some steps back. Ain't no reason. Everybody was talking about Burton, and they said that the kid ran like a 4.5 40 or something like that. Ain't no reason Keanu Neal should have been, 5 yards away from that guy. And then, not only that, just the terrible technique that he had in the process. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. What's going on, B? I see you in here. Much love to you. Now, James, he's saying that the Dallas Cowboys will not win the division. He's saying that not Dallas, but the Giants, they're the team to beat. I ain't going to lie to you, Bo. That Washington football team, it's looking serious to me. I'm really looking at that Washington football team kind of, I mean, Antonio Gibson, people sleeping on him. People sleeping on him. Wait a minute. So Derek Britt said the Falcons is a terrible organization. How do you not re-sign Keanu Neal? Okay. Now wait a minute. So you said that you asked the question why the Falcons didn't re-sign Keanu Neal. I could tell you why the Falcons didn't re-sign Keanu Neal, Bo. I could tell you. This is the reason right here why the Falcons didn't re-sign Keanu Neal. Keep your eye on Keanu Neal right here. He's going to be playing man coverage. We know in today's NFL, the tight end position is catching passes more than they have ever have in the history of NFL. So keep your eye on Keanu Neal now. Keep your eye on him. He's going to be guarding Burton, who's going to come across the line of scrimmage and come back. They run this 11 personnel. Keep your eye on him. That's why we didn't. That's why we didn't re-sign Keanu Neal right there, Bo. That's why we didn't re-sign Keanu Neal. To be completely honest with you, we could do bad. We could do bad with something else. We could at least go in a different direction. Oh man, Sean Smith says Dallas is going to whip Atlanta again without Dan and no Super Bowl appearance since 1998. Yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying, Bo. We're going to see. I'm going to be there front and center. And whenever we put up 350 passing yards against you, because for some reason y'all trusted Keanu there, I really hope that the Falcons play Dallas in the early part of the season. because it's one of those situations where, if y'all come in and y'all thinking that, Keanu Neal is something that he isn't, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. I'm just warning you. Y'all might want to call Mike McCarthy, tell him, hey, Mike, now don't be touching Dan Quinn too much. Y'all don't be touching Dan Quinn too much. Now, Derek, and you're definitely right. He is good in the box. I definitely agree with you on that, Bo. Like I said, that's when he plays his best, whenever he has 1 foot in the box and 1 foot out. But whenever he plays against an athletic tight end, that runs a sub 4.6, he's going to have some problems. He's going to have some problems with him, Bo. So I'm just saying that hopefully y'all be successful. And hold on, man. Now look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all before y'all even ask me any question. What's in my cup is in my cup. It might be water and it might be moonshine, but you see me smiling, that just means I'm happy to see it. Whew, boy, but like I'm saying, man, they gave Keanu Neal a 1-year deal for a reason. they gave him a 1-year deal for a reason. They want him to prove it. So I don't know if the Dallas Cowboys are as sold on Keanu Neal as you are, Derek. But hopefully, y'all might be able to find and make a deep playoff run. Because it's been a minute. Oh man. Now let's see here. Mafi, he says that they're talking bad about Eric Harris without giving the man a chance. I don't know if it's talent level, but new secondary and good scheme should be better than Ricardo Allen. Man, Ricardo Allen. Yeah, I mean, look, man, Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, like they're good guys. Dan Quinn was a good guy. I'm getting tired of good guys. I just want somebody who could actually do their job correctly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like Derek said, like Keanu Neal, he could play well in the box. I mean, if he could play well in the box, maybe he should be a linebacker. Maybe he shouldn't even be playing the strong safety position. But the beauty of the strong safety position is you got to make sure that you could play in the box and come up and make tackles, but you also got to make sure, look, one of the strongest attributes of safeties, especially that strong safety, is the ability. You got to be big enough to tackle, sift through trash, and you also got to be able to pop them hips. You got to be able to go turn around, get upfield like a madman if you have to. You got to have that footwork. Now, you ain't going to be as strong as a quarterback. End of the day, you still got to have that footwork. So, I mean, it's one of those situations, man. Coach Wallace said, Big Low, he don't know that Dallas is going to get dealt with this. Hey, we're going to see, man. We're going to see. Look, I'm the first to eat crow. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Oh, man. Now, Derek, you saying my thing is why the players got to hate the fans because Dan Quinn got fired. I didn't know that the players hated the fans. I would definitely hope that they wouldn't hate the fans because, the reason why they are where they are right now and they can afford the things that they could afford is because of the fans. That's just simple economics. I'm pretty sure that they get frustrated sometimes with, the different things that people say, but I'm if they do hate the fans, that's a knock on them. That's a knock on them. Bobby said, Coach, that cup clear as gasoline. It got clear gasoline in it. Man, it could be water, man. It could be water. Ian Miles said he drinking prune moonshine. And I think the Cowboys defense are going to be decent. They definitely might be. Maybe Dan Quinn, it was one of those situations where maybe Dan Quinn is just trying to get back to where he was in those Seattle days. And sometimes you outkick your coverage. Sometimes you just belong in one place. You know what I'm saying? Think about Josh McDaniels. I personally don't think that Josh McDaniels' tenure as a head coach was a failure. I mean, he took Tim Tebow to the playoffs. Like, come on, And look, y'all don't talk about Tim Tebow too much around Coach Rooney because he's badly in love with Tim Tebow for some reason. I don't know why. I think ever since they seen him running on the beach in the rain, I think she's been in love with Tim Tebow. But fact of the matter is that Josh McDaniels, he realizes that, look, I got a good thing going as an offensive coordinator. I've been in New England for like 20 years. So it's like, why in the world, why would I go somewhere else and, lose my job where, my kids could just literally grow up here. I could, just grow roots here and just continue to coach here for a long time as a coordinator. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you think about it, Dan Quinn, I think he might be one of those guys. He might not be able to handle being a head coach, or he needs to be a college coach or a high school coach. I mean, I'm sure he's not wanting to do the whole high school thing because he will make significantly less money, but he should just be a defensive coordinator. Just ride the coattails like you've been doing. Ain't nothing wrong with riding coattails. That's a life lesson for everybody out there that's watching this. And so if you see somebody that's doing something great or is going to do something great, ain't nothing wrong with riding their coattails. Use that to create your own opportunity. Man, I hope we blow out Dallas too, bro. I hope we give Dallas the business, man. Because look, where I'm from, I'm from Low Country, Georgia. So Coach Wilder Smith, he would tell you, it's one of those situations where those guys down there, man, since they're so far from Atlanta, they don't have an actual team. So most of the time, a lot of those guys who really grew up watching football and they watched it in the 90s and they watched it in the 70s and 80s, a lot of them get naked for the Dallas Cowboys. Simple and plain, they do. A lot of them get naked for the Dallas Cowboys, and I ain't knocking them. But whenever we beat Dallas, bro, I love it. I love it. Ghost Peppers, what's going on, Coach? Ghost Peppers said salary cap in shambles. A lot of good players are signing cheap 1-year deals. that the Falcons can't even afford. And I definitely agree with you. And that was one of the reasons why I knew that the writing was on the wall for Keanu Neal, because he's not someone that you have to keep. You know, if it was somebody that you would be like, okay, well, wait a minute. You know, if it was one of those things where it's like, okay, we got to keep this guy because he could play in the box, he could cover, he could do it all. He directs people, you know. But if he's just one of those people who could just hit, he could just run around and hit people, you'd be like, well, you know what? This salary cap situation. Look, y'all know just like I do. Y'all go to the store, you only got so much money, you only gonna get the things that you need. You know, except for me, I go to the store. I don't even worry about getting no bread or no milk or nothing. I'm trying to get to the pork skins. Don't let me go in public. So I'm trying to get to the wings. Reggie C2K said, Coach Low from that C-Poke. Y'all already know, man. All day. Leo said, what up, Coach Low? I live in Texas, and my friends were talking too much trash when we lost. I can only imagine, man. I can only imagine. You know, it's like a lot of people say Cowboys fans are annoying. I don't think Cowboys fans are annoying. I think that, you know, they won, you know, a lot of Super Bowls, and, you know, they're proud of it. Now, it's one of those situations where it's like, you know, what have you done for me lately, Eddie? But, you know, ain't nothing wrong being proud of your Super Bowls. You know what I mean? They had a dynasty. We got to admit it. They had a dynasty. Now, they haven't done nothing, you know, since the first Bush administration. But they had a dynasty for a while. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, y'all crazy. Now, it looks like they talking about how TD is to blame for this whole salary cap situation. There, he says that he blames TD and Dan Quinn for that whole salary cap situation. Well, we got to put some of it on the pandemic too, though, right? No, when everybody wasn't able to come to them games last year, it made that salary cap drop. Because it was projected to be up over the 200 millions. I think there's only like 180 million now. So, I mean, we also got to consider that this whole global pandemic that we're going through is also been an issue as well. You know, we can't leave that out. But, you know, let's be honest. You know, TD did mess us up. TD did mess us up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, if you look at all the first round draft picks that aren't even on this team anymore, you know, you look at the first round draft picks on our team, the ones that we took, and then you look at the first round draft picks that the Pittsburgh Steelers took. Look at all the first round draft picks that the Green Bay Packers took. All those teams that are successful and that, you know, been making the playoffs year in and year out. That's how you have sustained success over the years. At the end of the day, I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying that you have to hit on your first round draft picks? Am I wrong for saying that? That's why I'm sitting here like, man, we got this fourth pick. If we don't hit on it, we're going to be stuck. So I'm sitting here like, I'd rather trade back. That's less pressure. It's less pressure. Look, think about me. Y'all know from chilling out with me over these last few months. I just started my page. I mean, my channel, a few months ago. But I'm pretty sure that y'all can see one thing about me. I'm a pretty laid back guy, especially whenever I'm drinking my water. You know, whenever I'm drinking my water, staying well hydrated, I'm a pretty laid back guy. You know, no ice, because I don't want my water too watery. No ice, but yeah. So it's just one of those situations, man, where I don't know. The whole situation with Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitrov, we should have We should have let them. We should have moved on from them 2 years ago. To be completely honest with you, we should have had a new coach 2 years ago, at least 2 years ago. I didn't want to get rid of. I didn't want to get rid of Shanahan. Coach Rose said, "There's nothing worse than watery water." That's right, Coach. That's right. There's nothing worse than watery moonshine. Oh man, y'all crazy. Joseph Thornton, he said, anybody else who doesn't want to take credit for Julio deserves to take all the blame. Oh man. Now look, I mean, so because I also want to talk to y'all about the Arizona Cardinals. So if you look at the Arizona Cardinals, like let's look at what they're doing. So over the years, the Arizona Cardinals, first, let's be honest now, some of their free agent signings haven't been the best, but over the years, you know, they get their first round picks. You know, they waited, they took a quarterback. Well, no, I'm not going to say that because they did take Josh Rosen, didn't they? And they traded him away. I mean, basically, what I'm saying is that Arizona Cardinals, they waited, and you know, they were smart with their money, even during the pandemic or before the global pandemic. Now moving forward, you know, they've had money to make moves, get the JJ Watts and the AJ Greens. They went ahead and moved on from Patrick Peterson. You know, and I know that Patrick Peterson, that's a big name, sexy name. But if anybody knows Patrick Peterson by now, who do you think knows Patrick Peterson? The Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals. Derek Britt said he's expecting a better record this year from the Atlanta Falcons. I doggone hope they better have a better record. What in the world? They definitely better have a better record this year because, look, you ain't going to be able to do what you did last year and hope that you're going to get something better than what you got. You know what I'm saying? Mafia says Trent Williams is not going to last 6 years with the San Fran. He'll at least going to get another 3-year contract to restructure, or going to go in 3 years or contract restructure. Yeah, and you know what, Mafia, that's one of the things, bro. In the NFL, that it's almost a preconceived notion whenever you sign your contract that it's one of those situations where they know while they're signing their contract that they're going to restructure it. I think the New England Patriots and Tom Brady kind of set the whole standard for the league, for the NFL, showing that, well, look, we're going to go ahead and sign you to this contract. You're going to probably restructure it almost every year after that first year so we can continue to free up space. It's all about how much cash flow that owner has at the end of the day. You know? So I'm really seeing that now almost every player and every team is doing the same thing. You know, look at all the players that we restructured. You know, we restructured Matt Ryan, Jake Matthews. Dante Fowler took a pay cut. You know you on the hot seat whenever you like, man, you know what, just go ahead and take out 20%, man. We just called it even. That man just took a pay cut, bro. You know that's rough. But, you know, I mean, it seems like everybody's doing that. And, you know, whenever Thomas Dimitroff was on that show enough hot seat, and this is one issue that I see around the league in the NFL. It's like you have to go through that whole transition period of GMs, because whenever Thomas Dimitroff was on that show enough hot seat, I was worried because I was like, well, now he's just trying to save his job. Is he going to really take the team's best interest in? Because think about it. Now the Atlanta Falcons, they're not Dan Quinn's responsibility. He's not worried about what financial decisions that they make. You see what I'm saying? So it's like now you got to sit over here and say, well, dang. Now we got to fix all this that Thomas Dimitroff did. And, you know, how are we going to pick up the pieces and move forward? Meanwhile, you have us, the fans, are sitting here saying, well, dang, I guess we're just gonna have to kind of struggle for the next 2 years. All because of decisions somebody made while they were trying to save their job. Now, we couldn't make those signings. We couldn't go out and try to go after a Carl Lawson. You know what I mean? We couldn't go out and try to get someone to really help us, especially on this defensive line, to help that we need. And that's what I'm witnessing all throughout, man. That's what I'm witnessing all throughout. Much love to you, Ant. Anthony Jones said, big dog, salute. You're going to be big one day. Much love to you, Bo. I definitely appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it. Wallace Smith said, you can't look at the big signing of the contract because it's all about the guaranteed money and the players get. And that's true. That's true. You definitely got to look because, that guaranteed money, that's the biggest number that you have to look at because, they're going to get that money regardless. Biggest example of that is look down there at Taysom Hill and the Saints. The contract is for $140 million, but the amount that he's actually guaranteed to get is so much less than that. Because the Saints don't know what they're going to do. They're just trying to make sure that they have a contingency plan in the meantime. Now, look, I need y'all to do Country Boy a favor. If y'all learned anything from this stream, if y'all like this stream in any kind of way, make sure that you do a Country Boy a favor. Hit that like button for me. If this is your first time chilling out with me, make sure you do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and notification button so you know whenever we go live. Because me and the coaching staff, we do this all the time, man. We do this all the time. Definitely. Now, I made a video about this. Whenever they signed Dan Quinn about a month ago, whenever the Dallas Cowboys signed Dan Quinn about a month ago, I went ahead and told him, I said, look, I'm going to let y'all know, expect to be 15th or less in defensive and pass defense. Every time they get their draws burnt off, Dan Quinn's going to be saying, well, look, I'm just real fired up about this, and we got to play better. That's his favorite line. We got to play better. He always going to be fired up, and they never do it. So, look, if Dak didn't realize before, he's going to earn his money this year. Dak is going to earn his money this year. If Dak goes and he balls out this year and the Dallas Cowboys have a good season, it's going to be because he gets the MVP award. It's legitimately going to be because he's the most valuable player. I'm just saying, simple and plain. It's legitimate. If they go and they ball out this year, it's going to be because he is legitimately the most valuable player. No lie. No lie. Look, Iris said, you look like the guy from the Bad Boys. What in the world? I got Iris 344 chilling out with me from Twitter. Much love to you, Iris, man. Much love to you, family. So from the Bad Boys movie. I hear you, both. I hear you. Oh, man. Corey Harris, what's going on to you, fam? Corey said, I would expect the new GM and coaches a 3 to 5 year will have to be very competitive. At that point, the core team will need to be set. Yeah, I mean, you have to have some sort of window because think about it. You're legitimately fixing everything that a man in desperation was trying to save his job, and you legitimately trying to fix that. Now it's not his issue. This man just riding around now. He's just riding around on his bicycle now. Count that money that think about it. Thomas Dimitrov was probably literally riding around saying, oh, man, boy, I know I got like a good 3 years off of them for the free ski. Easy. Oh, man. Iris said the one that helps them hack the computer for the trade the baseball ticket. Oh, man, Iris, you a fool for that one, Bo. You a fool for that one. Oh, man. Oh, my God. I forgot all about this. Oh, my God. So Ghost Pepper said that wrong, Coach Low. Quinn's favorite line is "Embrace the suck." Do y'all remember that "Embrace the suck" era that Dan Quinn went through? Dallas Cowboys fans, this is what y'all have to look forward to. Embrace the suck, guys. We got to just embrace the suck. We're gonna have some times where times just suck, but we just have to embrace it. Y'all remember that time? I was like, that is the dumbest phrase I've ever heard. Embrace the suck? What in the world, Bo? That is terrible. Who? I know good and well you wasn't sitting in the shower. You wasn't standing up in the shower thinking about what you were gonna say to the team and say, you know what, man, this sucks. You know what? I'm just gonna tell the team that they need to just embrace this. Like, no, what in the world, Bo? This is what we trying to. This is what we doing. Heck no, I can't do it, Bo. I can't do it. Mafia said, "Hey, coach, by the way, it's me, Nick Turner 31. I changed my YouTube name. Brandon Copeland thoughts? Any threat to Deion Jones or Lewican? Look, this whole Brandon Copeland situation. These are the kind of picks that I'm actually excited about because they got someone who's good at. I think he's pretty good at rushing the passer based on the time that he had with the Jets, the playing time that he got. Like I said, look, we just Dollar Tree shopping now. We just trying to find someone. We're trying to get the best bang for our buck. That's what the Atlanta Falcons are doing now. So they're trying to get the guy with the most talent that we can afford. And, he's going to get this 1 year prove it deal. Now, if he comes in and he balls out, then we're going to have some decisions to make because we're going to have more room on our salary cap next year. But, he's just gambling. I'm gonna put it to you like this right here. When Brandon Copeland comes to Atlanta, he's just going to be renting. He's not going to be buying a house. He's just going to be buying a house. I mean, he's just going to be renting. He ain't going to be buying a house. So moving forward, it's one of those situations, man. It's just one of those situations where Copeland, he's good at rushing the passer. So I think that it's actually a good move. He has the size. Now, is he going to be able to come in and get coached up by Dean Pease? That's the question. But so we got some more people watching us from Ireland. He said, watching from Ireland, this made my day. Can I get an autograph? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Oh man, they checking us out from Twitter, man. We got some folks checking us out from Twitter today. Much love to y'all, man. Much love to y'all. But yeah, now Coach Ronan, she was saying, but why would you take a pay cut and not spread it out over a couple years like everyone of value? It seems to me that he knows his value has gone down. And I think Coach Ronan is talking about Dante Fowler. So Coach Ronan, basically everybody else, they restructured their deal. And whenever you restructure your deal, you take your pay up front and then you take your guaranteed money up front and everything else, you restructure it to have it paid to you later on throughout your contract. What Dante Fowler did, he just getting paid less. Like this, it's not. He legitimately took a pay cut. So what they originally worked out in the deal, they went back and they kind of vetoed it and they said, okay, well, are you willing to take less money? And he agreed to do it. He agreed to do it. Definitely. Now, let's see here. Anthony, he says, I heard on an interview with Terrence Mathis was saying we should put Debo outside linebacker. He is fast and he could cover tight ends and running back. And after the past season showed, he could go after the quarterback. Now, that I could definitely see what Terrence Mathis is saying. I guess it depends on what scheme we're running. If we're trying to run that 3-4 defense, I don't know if I would put him at the outside linebacker spot because if you put him in that position, that there are going to be some situations where he will need to be setting the edge. Now, just like Coach Roney always preaches about setting the edge, You know, that that's your run defense right there. You're going to be able to spill everything back inside, or you're going to be able to make that running back not be able to get upfield the way that he wants to. Now, Debo, he just ain't got enough meat on his bones to set the edge like somebody like a Fourier would in that 3-4 defense. Now, if it was a 4-3 defense, I've been saying for a while now that Deion Jones, he should probably play that outside linebacker position, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited about, you know, how moving forward, how Dean Pease is going to position everybody and everything. Definitely. Now, I got a question for y'all though, and y'all just let me know how y'all feeling about this. But my question is, do you think? Y'all know I always ask y'all these questions. Y'all know I always ask y'all these questions. Do you think the Arizona Cardinals are going to make the playoffs this year after the free agency moves that they made? If you think that might be the case, could you put a 1 in the chat? Now, if you feel like it is not the case that the Arizona Cardinals will not make the playoffs next year, put a 2 in the chat. But I just want to see, and y'all know what I always say. Mama Country always tell me to fill the room out before I move forward and say something crazy. But if you feel like the Arizona Cardinals have a chance to make the playoffs, or if you think that they're going to the playoffs next year, put a 1 in the chat for me. If you think that it's not the case, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to see what y'all thinking. I want to see what y'all thinking. Definitely. Now, let's see here. See everybody making their votes. And you know, y'all already know I'm going to be asking y'all what is your reasoning? So I see a few people in here put, oh man, Anthony Jones put a 1 exclamation mark. Okay. So y'all tell me. All right. Okay. So for the people that voted 1, y'all let me know, why do you think the Arizona Cardinals are going to make the playoffs this year? And put that in the comments for you. I want to know why y'all think the Arizona Cardinals are going to make the playoffs this year. Lando, what's going on, fam? I see you in here chilling out with us. I said, wait a minute, y'all. I do have an announcement to make. Corey Harris, welcome to the coaching staff. Much love to Corey Harris. Everybody, welcome Corey Harris to the coaching staff for me. Corey, thank you so much for subscribing to Big Low Kuntry Sports, man. I definitely appreciate you rocking with the Country Boy family. Thank you so much. Definitely. And anybody else who has subscribed, because I don't get all the notifications, make sure that you put it in the chat so I could make sure that everybody else could welcome you to the coaching staff. But thank you so much, Corey Harris, for rocking with us, man. Thank you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all. And Coach Ghost Peppers, definitely, Corey. Thank you so much, family. Thank you so much. Welcoming you already, man. They're welcoming you already. Oh, Anthony Jones says too much firepower not to go to the playoffs. So, Ghost Peppers, and you know what? That was the biggest thing that I seen, man. I always look at the way teams ended the season. Whenever you look at the way teams ended the season the year before, like a lot of times that'll show you how they're going to proceed moving forward. Like if they're going to say, well, you know, we might need to make some changes. We might not need to make changes. Look, this whole Cliff Kingsbury experiment, I think it's going pretty successfully, to be completely honest with you. I think Cliff Kingsbury, Kyler Murray, we still don't know who he is yet. He started the season off on fire, I thought I was going to win numerous fantasy football championships last year. I ain't win nothing. But look, I think it's a strong possibility that AJ Green is going to be the third option at wide receiver. Now, Edmonds, people slept on Chase Edmonds last year. He was a heck of a running back. Kyler Murray is Kyler Murray. We don't know if it's going to be, Kyler Murray or if it's going to be, Kyler Murray, but he doesn't look like he's a bad quarterback. You got a top 3 wide receiver in the game. The defense played pretty well last year. They just had trouble getting to the quarterback. Enter J.J. Watt. I'm thinking that I agree with almost everybody in here. I'm just looking at the votes. Ian Miles says yes. James Williams says yes. Coach Corey Harris, he says yes. Coach Roney says yes. Coach Joseph Thornton, the oil toter, he said yes. Anthony Jones says yes. Maffey, he says yes. AKA Nick Turner. Coach Wallace, Lando, and everybody's agreeing with me now. I see that James. Oh, I'm sorry. James. He said no. So James, you let me know. Like, why do you think that the Arizona Cardinals would not make a playoff run next year? Let me know why you feel like the Arizona Cardinals won't make the playoffs next year. Now, I like to look at everything from the other side of the perspective too. Now, I do see that Cliff Kingsbury, he is a college coach. Now, we don't know the intricacies of his scheme and everything. And we haven't had a chance to sit in his coach's room or in his quarterback room. We don't know how complex his scheme is. So normally after that first year or two, after defenses start figuring you out, it all comes down to communication after that. So, I don't know if y'all remember Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, their first couple years, it was okay. But year 3 and forward, that's when they really started to click. Now, you start running those new offenses, and whenever teams kind of start getting a gauge on you to see what you're capable of and what you can do, those audibles come into effect. That's whenever, you get to look at the defense and communicate without telling people what you're doing, and that's whenever you take that next step. So, I like I said, I like to look at it from both sides of the spectrum now. And I just want to know from Coach James why he feels like Arizona Cardinals might not make it to the playoffs next year. Brandon, what's going on, B? Oh, they signed Anthony Harris? Oh, man. And the Eagles, look at the Eagles trying to make some moves. I see the Eagles up there. All right. Definitely. I'm going back here. I see that everybody's welcoming Coach Corey Harris to the coaching staff. Welcome, Coach Corey. Definitely, man. Now, Coach Ronnie said that she had Kyler Murray in a cash league last year, and I thought I was going to be unbeatable based off the start of the season. Then he just disappeared. Man. Now, I was actually in another YouTube content creators page. It was like a week or two ago. Like it was like he was saying, and this was one of the craziest things I ever heard. He was like, man, Arizona Cardinals ain't gonna be able to do nothing because Kyler Murray is too short. What? What in the world? Because Kyler Murray is too short? Like we're still having this conversation? Seriously? We're still having this conversation after Drew Brees threw for 5,000 yards, like 3-4 years in a row? I mean, and a lot of people say he ain't 6 foot if he stood on a stack of phone books. But you telling me that that was your only argument? That Kyler Murray is not going to be successful and the Arizona Cardinals aren't going to be successful because he's short? All right, so James Williams, he kind of gave us his opinion. He said that the 49ers and the Rams will run that division. And I have a sneaky feeling Seahawks will play well too. Ooh, man, you know what? You got a point with that, James, because look, one thing that I've learned, the same way a lot of people try to count the Seahawks out every year, and somehow they just still show up in the playoffs. I'm starting to learn not to count the Seahawks out. I know that it seems like there's a lot of dissension there, but we gotta. And Reg, he beat me to it. Reg said, I thought Russ wanted to be traded. They turned down a trade with the Bears. And we all know the reason why they turned down a trade with the Bears. They didn't want to trade Russell Wilson to a team in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I seen that they released Kyle Fuller. I would love to get Kyle Fuller on the Falcons, but I know we can't afford him. Virginia Tech all day. But yeah, man. I think that that whole situation with the Seahawks, man, and out there in the NFC West, you can't count the Seahawks out. Pete Carroll always figures something out. Not to go to the Super Bowl just to be a competitive team. So I mean, you might have a point there, man. You might have a point there. Now, with the Rams. Look, I say this all the time that Sean McVay, X's and O's, he's probably one of the top 3-4 X's and O's coaches in the NFL. And we just got to see what the 49ers do at quarterback. 49ers got everything except the quarterback. So if they mess around and they get one of these big free agent quarterbacks, or if they get a Zach Wilson in the draft, man, these Arizona Cardinals, they might be in run for their money. But let's remember though, guys. Terrell Artist 404, he said he's back. But let's remember though, guys, that it's one of those situations where, I really feel like the Arizona Cardinals are trying to put something together where, they're really starting to form into a complete team. They're really starting to form into a complete team. James said, but Russ, he's still there, and they gotta let him cook. Well, wait. The thing is that, like, didn't that whole let Russ cook movement, like, it started out pretty good, but old Russ kind of fizzled out a little bit there, James. We gotta remember that though, Bo. He fizzled out on us a little bit. But when it comes to that whole 49er situation, it kind of depends on what they decide to do. CG Ruther said that they might sign Joe Flacco as a backup. So I mean, I'm just I don't know. I don't know, man. It kind of depends on if they mess around and get Zach Wilson, which I think might be the best quarterback in this draft. If they mess around and get a Mike Jones, what in the world? They mess around to get Mac Jones. If the 49ers mess around to get Mac Jones, they're pretty much set. They're pretty much set. So it's one of those situations. But this is what I was getting ready to say earlier. There have been situations where 3 teams have been to the playoffs from the same division, and they're given this extra this extra playoff spot. So I think the Arizona Cardinals got a good chance to make the playoffs, man. I think that they just need a big running back, because I don't think Edmonds he's that guy that's going to run through the tackles the way that he's supposed to. But with those weapons that they got, I think they might be like a top 10 offense, easy. Top 10 offense, easy. Oh man, Bobby said Mitch went to the Bills. I think he's gonna do backup duty. Hold my clipboard. Hold my clipboard, Mitch. Oh man. Whoa, wait a minute. Terrell 404 said he had the juicy crab. Man, he ain't called us to go to the juicy crab. What in the world, coach? Y'all at the juicy crab ain't telling nobody what's going on. Oh man, much love to Terror Artist 404, man. Much love to him. Oh man. Now Ian Miles, he's asking, what's going on with Grady Jarrett? Man, you know what? That's a good question, Ian, because Look, man. And you know, I'm just going to touch on this for a moment here, but I'm thinking that as Atlanta Falcons fans and as, you know, the organization in general, the Atlanta Falcons are starting to get to the point where they're overvaluing their players. And for all y'all that don't know what I mean, what I'm saying is that think about it, guys. Keanu Neal. Everybody was like, man. How could this organization let Keanu Neal go? Keanu Neal wasn't good at doing one of the duties that was required of his job. Keanu Neal needed to be let go. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's like Grady Jarrett. Like Grady Jarrett, there's a market for Grady Jarrett. Everybody's sitting here saying, oh, well, I mean, Grady Jarrett's not performing because he needs somebody beside him. I'm sitting here like, well, wait a minute, bro. Like Grady Jarrett, you didn't get like $68 million. Grady Jarrett getting paid for himself and somebody else too. He needs to just come out here and play some ball. You know, he's getting double teams. He needs to beat the double teams. That's why you get paid more money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on your job who have managers, your managers get paid more money than you because he has more responsibilities than you. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? So it's one of those situations where I'm not even mad at the thought of this trade Grady Jarrett to get someone who fits this, who fits into this scheme a little bit better. Especially while he has high trade value. I love Grady Jarrett. You know, represent Conyers, Georgia. Good Georgia boy, son of the hammer. Love him. I want to win. You know, I want to win. At the end of the day, I love you, Grady. Love what you did in the Super Bowl for us. 3 sacks. You did it big. What did you do? What have you done for me lately, Eddie? You know, I'm just saying. So yeah, man. Yeah. Now I see that Reg and CG Roosters, they talk about Kellen Mond. See, you know what? I don't know why I even bringing up Kellen Mond, because he's supposed to be the secret. We want him to be the secret because whenever something happens, we need to be in a situation where we say, oh, wait a minute. We're drafting Kellen Mond. Everybody else don't supposed to know about that. Everybody else don't supposed to know about that. Oh man. Terror Artist 404 said, get Coach Low to 430 subs and 20 likes. Y'all make sure that y'all do a country boy favor. If I helped you learn something that you didn't know before, make sure that you go to Big Low Kuntry Sports, or you can just hit that button right down there that says subscribe, and just go ahead and subscribe to a country boy, man. It's free. I would definitely appreciate it. It would make my heart rejoice. Oh man, definitely. Lando said Grady Jarrett has been top 10, has been top 3 BTs in the NFL the last 2 years. He's been doing this part. I mean, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. Grady Jarrett's also kind of disappeared on us a couple times. Now, if we're gonna change the culture, let's change it. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm cool with keeping Grady, but if it will make the team better, to trade him to get someone to fit the 3-4 defense, you know, a little bit better, I'm cool. I'm cool with trading them and getting value for them. You know, and those are the hard decisions that you have to make. Just imagine like all the good players that the Patriots traded and let go over the years. But guess what though? The Patriots kept winning. You know what I'm saying? Patriots kept winning at the end of the day. They kept winning. So it's just one of those situations, man. Oh, Ian Miles said he went to Rockdale. Okay. Rockdale Bulldogs. Definitely. But yeah, man. Reggie C2K said, you glad that Tack and Beasley are no longer here. Yeah, man, you don't got to tell me nothing about that, bro. That's what I was saying earlier about teams who, you know, they you got to draft well in your first round picks. Because basically, besides 2016, it's basically like you didn't like Vic Beasley didn't perform like a first round pick. He didn't perform like a first round pick. It's like we had a fourth round pick on the team who had some talent, but you know, he just couldn't never take that next step. He was a developmental guy. At the end of the day, he didn't play like a eighth overall first round pick. What in the world, bro? What in the world? Eddie said, "What?" Iris said, "Eddie, what have you done for me lately? But I love you." Oh man. Lando says, "I feel you, coach, but you can't let go of every talent. You got to keep somebody on the D." And look, I definitely understand, man. And out of all those guys, I would definitely love to keep Grady, AJ Terrell. Fourier, Debo, love all those guys. But like I said, we don't know what the plan for the coaching staff is moving forward. So it's like we got to kind of, you know, pick and choose the battles. Oh, man. Yeah, Ian Miles said Grady, he was really quiet and shy. And his daddy, his daddy was the great Jesse Tuggle, the Hammer. He played for the Falcons. Yeah, man, Grady, he cool people. Man. Well, look, man, I definitely appreciate y'all chilling out with us. Like I said, we just wanted to chop it up about I want to talk about Keanu Neal going to the Cowboys and letting the Cowboys know what they can look forward to in the future. I wanted to talk about these Arizona Cardinals. Just wanted to give my opinion, letting everybody know that the Arizona Cardinals are going to the playoffs. If I'm wrong, I will definitely eat crow. But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate y'all for chilling out with us. Thank you for everybody who subscribed to Big Low Kuntry today. Much love to you. And look, y'all be easy. It's Saturday. We got a couple extra hours of sunlight. I'm gonna go out here. See if I can cut some grass, get on this grass, because, you know, I'm competing with the neighbors. I can't let the neighbors do better than me with the yard work. I'm competing with the neighbors. Oh, man. But look, man, I definitely appreciate y'all chilling out with us, and much love to you. We get together. We do this all the time. But, you know, make sure that y'all check us out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Rise up, 8 times down. Y'all be easy.